Thanks, Rosie. With the calendar flipping to March, many prospective home buyers are starting their shopping. Sellers, they're also getting ready for the competitive spring market to begin. And so if you're asking what are some common mistakes sellers make this time of year and what you should be doing to avoid them, we called Taylor Bennett. He's here from the Bennett Property Shop with all of the reminders and everything that you need to know. Also a reminder that this is for information purposes and you can consult with your own realtor before making any major decisions. Yes. But you're our guy in the know. Good morning to you, Taylor.
Good morning, Stefan.
Okay, let's see what you have here. Yeah. Because mistakes are common.
Yes, mistakes are common. Of course, when you're selling your house, it's easy to make a big mistake. Maybe you've been there for many decades. It's easy to look past a lot of things that maybe you've become comfortable with in your house. And so a lot of sellers, unfortunately, just take the wrong approach when they're listing their house. They think, I live in a beautiful house, I'll list it as is, and it should sell as is. Well, when you're selling your house, you got to make some different changes here. So one of the biggest things here is looking at your home as your home. That's a mistake right now. When you're selling your house is now a product. And if you're selling any product, you want that product to be as appealing to as many people as possible. So you want to make some changes there. Depersonalize the house a little bit. Make sure to, if maybe you've got your home gym at home, maybe it's better to be a little children's bedroom. So you want to declutter or change that a little bit. So the nice thing is, as you're making those changes, you're going to be moving anyway. Packing up some of those things in advance will just make the moving day that much easier.
Do people sometimes fight you on those suggestions?
They do, unfortunately. And they take them a little bit to heart. The longer you've been in the house, the more that house has become almost like a child in your family. So it's like you're insulting their child, saying, oh, you got to change this.
Yeah, my baby's not ugly. Your baby's ugly.
Exactly, right? But no. Your baby is now being sold to somebody else, I guess. Using a strange analogy there, but yeah. All right.
Not being efficient.
Not being efficient with your time or your money is a big thing here. And a lot of people think, oh, I've got to list my house a couple weeks. That's no big deal. My house is pretty clean. It's typically going to take you a lot longer getting your house ready than it actually needs to be. And efficient with your money as well, putting your money into the right areas. Some people think, oh, okay, I want to change this paint color this way. I'll change the kitchen that way, which could be the right decision. But consult with your realtor first. Make sure that that's the money that's going to come back to you when you're actually doing that to sell your house. Because you might love a certain color of paint, the buyers might not. So you want to make sure.
I guess consulting would also be help with prioritizing. Like maybe there are many things that need to be done, but if there's a budget, your realtor would be like, actually, forgo the paint, let's do this instead.
Yeah, absolutely, you're absolutely right. And every house is going to have slightly different needs, and every market, in turn, depending on the area, is going to have different needs. The buyer's expectations are going to be different from location to location.
Okay. Point number 3. Getting your backup over feedback.
Yes, this is a big one here. When, of course, when you're having showings, buyers go through, they leave feedback saying, we loved your house, but this or that. Now, some people get really upset when some feedback comes back negative, but the way you look at it is saying, hey, we love the house, but this is in the way. And if you can change whatever that might be, you can alter that. If somebody's not leaving feedback, they're probably not interested at all. So feedback, don't look at it as a negative thing. It's actually a positive thing, even though the feedback itself might be a little bit negative.
Right, because that means you have their attention.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Not cleaning the unseen. Whoa, tell me more about that.
Yeah, so
sounds juicy almost.
Well, no gossip or anything like that. It's nothing of that nature. But people will be opening up your cabinets, they'll be opening up your closets, they'll be visiting the unfinished areas of your house that are packaged up. So whether it be the garage or maybe you have extra boxes or your downstairs basement area, just pack those up nice and tidy because it's going to look like your house is bigger, more organized, and more of a house that somebody wants to move into, especially if you're a busy family with a lot of things on the go.
Right, no, I guess that makes sense because when you clean up for guests, you don't expect them to open up certain things. They're just looking around at the surface. But if someone's going to spend lots of money buying the home, they're looking at every nook and cranny.
And if they open up a closet, a bunch of clothes just fall down on them, and they open up the garage and it's just boxes filled to the brim, they're going to think, oh, this house is disorganized. I don't want to be part of this anymore. But if you open up, everything is nice, tidied, labeled, organized. And again, if you do that already, you're moving out eventually in the future. Pack those things up. Moving days is going to be easier for you as well.
Okay, excellent. And our last point is not having a pricing strategy.
Yes, there are some people there that they pick a price and that's the only price they're going to pick. It doesn't matter when that price is picked. It doesn't matter where that price came from. It could have came from their neighbor's opinion. It could have come from their opinion. Maybe it came from the amount of money I've spent on my home. I need to return X. That's not really how pricing strategies in real estate works. And it's not a stagnant thing either. They do move around. Depending, maybe you met your realtor a few months ago and based on what was going on, they came you with a little price range. Well, depending what's happening at that current time when you're listing your house, that strategy might be right or wrong. So you have to revisit that all the time and revisit it through the process. And don't think just because you're reducing your price, it's a big failure. You have to make adjustments to what the buyers are seeing on there.
Okay, excellent. It's nice to know there's flexibility in the strategy can change over the course of the period. Thanks so much for joining us, Taylor.
No problem, anytime.
And don't forget, you can listen to Marnie Bennett on the Real Estate and Wealth Show every Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on News Talk 580 CFRA.